So I've got 10 more miles to go. I'm sure I don't look fresh. Don't judge me, bro. All right, what's going on, y'all? So a couple weeks ago, I put out a video saying I'd gotten out of shape since I had become an entrepreneur, and to get back in shape, I was gonna go ahead and do a marathon at the end of springtime. Well, I picked out the marathon, and it's the end of April, so that's next month. So I'm out here trying to run 16 miles today, and it is hot as balls. South by Southwest today too in Austin, so it's pretty busy. I got some things to talk to you guys about today. We'll get into it.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste.
All right, we just passed mile 4. We're feeling it a little bit. It's definitely a bit toasty out here. Sweating my ass off right now. But I wanted to go ahead and answer a question that I've been asked quite a bit over the last couple of years since I've been an entrepreneur, and that's if I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, knew I was going to be an entrepreneur, why did I decide to go in the military and become a firefighter? And then there's a certain regret I have because of it. So that's what I want to cover today. But if you guys could do me a huge favor for shooting this video out here on this long ass run, smash that like button for me, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below. Love to go and connect with you guys. I'll go ahead and answer the question in just a bit.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record.
All right, just hit mile 6. Barrett bailed at about mile 5, but I'm pretty proud of him. He got 5 miles in. It's pretty incredible. He hasn't been running really at all, just like me. So I've got 10 more miles to go. I'm sure I don't look fresh. Don't judge me, bro. I'm out here running and it is hot as balls today. So let's get into the 2 main things. Why I decided to go into the military and become a firefighter, even though I knew from the time I was very young that I was an entrepreneur, and then what I regret, because I do have a regret pertaining to it. So there's 3 main reasons why I went into the military. And the first one, and really the second one too, has to do with regret. The first point is, I didn't want to get to when I was 90 years old or 75 years old. I don't want to be in my deathbed and be regretting not having pushed myself, not having done everything I could to live a life worth living. And I wanted to do something kind of out of the ordinary, extraordinary. And I knew that me going into the military, becoming a firefighter, would allow me to do some of those things. All right, so the second point also kind of deals with regret. From the time I was very young, I had a service mentality. I wanted to serve, and as cliche as it sounds, because I know it sounds cliche for a service member, someone in a service job, to say that, but it's true. And I didn't want to regret later on in life having had a life that was centered around just me. I want to actually break away from that and do what I could to do my part, serve the community, serve the country. So the first 2 points definitely had to do a lot with not wanting to live a life full of regret. Wanted to push myself, do something extraordinary so that I wouldn't look back later on in life and regret not having done it. And then also, I didn't want to regret not having lived a life of service, not having, you know, done what I could to make it not just about me, which I think almost everybody that goes in the military or becomes a police officer, paramedic, firefighter, they all feel that same way. Pretty much all my friends that are still in or were in have the same thoughts. All right, so mile 7 has this cool little lookout point. Right over there, that's those baseball fields we passed, I think like 3 miles ago, somewhere around there. So the third point on why I joined the military, became a firefighter, is another very popular reason why a lot of people do it, and that's I didn't want to have a desk job. I don't want to not be using my hands, my legs for work. I wanted to do something fairly active and not just be sitting at a desk all day. And then I also, from the time I was very young, wanted to jump out of airplanes. I wanted to go into burning buildings. You know, I guess you could classify me as an adrenaline junkie, but I wanted to do those jobs. I thought they were very cool and all of that. And then frankly, I knew that if I went into the military and then ultimately when I became a firefighter, I knew that when I got out, because I knew I wasn't going to do it forever, it would make me a better entrepreneur. And I truly believe it has, but I do have a pretty big regret because of it. I'll tell you guys about that in just a second. We're about to get to the turnaround point, be at mile 8. All right, there's 8 miles. Time to turn it around. All right, I'm starting to feel it, guys. Pretty tired. All right, just past mile 12, feeling pretty rough. In retrospect, I definitely went out way too fast, especially with it being so hot today. So, I just had a little goog, taking a little break, finish up this video for y'all. So, essentially the big regret I have with the military and fire department is actually not going into it. And it's not leaving, but it's how I left. It's when I left and I became a full-time entrepreneur, I got soft. I stopped pushing myself physically, and frankly, I stopped pushing myself mentally as well. You know, even though entrepreneurship can be really hard, and it is hard, especially when you're starting your first business, there's just that mental callousness you do not get that you do get doing crucible type stuff. So like stuff like when you're in the military or a firefighter, or if you're training for an Ironman or a marathon or something like that. And so that is a big reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now. It's not just to get back in shape, but it's also to try to bring back some of the mental fortitude, the mental callousness I used to have. And you know, there's nothing wrong with the Lamborghinis or the parties, everything that you see all these young entrepreneurs doing, but it's all the same stuff. Everybody's doing the same exact thing. Like I said, there's nothing bad with that, but I guarantee you when a lot of these people are in their deathbed, they're going to regret not having pushed themselves and done something different. Just because you have a Lamborghini and you throw a party, or you throw multiple parties, you might do a little bit of traveling, what really still are you doing? And that really comes down to mindset, and there's nothing that builds that mental fortitude like doing hard ass shit. And so that's a big reason why I'm getting back and doing what I'm doing. Now, that being said, I was ill prepared for today, but we're gonna push it out. I've got 4 more miles left, so we'll get it done. So I'll check in with you guys a little bit towards the end. All right, that was far from pretty. That was far from pretty, but got it done. So I'm gonna go ahead, jump in an ice bath real quick. I'll go ahead and finish out this vlog for you guys. All right, just got out of the ice bath. That run freaking sucked. I've got a lot of work to do if I'm gonna do a marathon by the end of next month, but we'll get it done. That run should have been a bit easier than it was, but that freaking killed me. That sucked, but we'll get it in. So the whole point of this and what I was talking about as far as the superficial stuff, the Lambos, the parties, that's not bad. It's not bad to be motivated by that stuff. I mean, just take my R8, for example. My Audi R8 has been a huge inspiration, but that type of stuff should be very short-term, kind of flash in the pan, day-to-day inspirations for you. That's not what it is, what's gonna make you happy in the long run, towards the end of your life. There's so many studies that have come out showing how many millionaires are unhappy, and it's because they've just focused on the materialistic stuff. And I see so many young entrepreneurs in this space not doing anything out of the ordinary. They're all fitting in this very cookie cutter box of do well, get a Lambo, have a bunch of parties, pop some bottles, and that's their life. And you know, that's definitely cool. There's cool stuff to do, but you know, for me at least, I want to push myself in every aspect. So I want to push myself professionally and as an entrepreneur, but I also want to push myself mentally. That's why, you know, I focus on self-development, focus on books. I want to focus on my spirituality. I want to focus physically. And with all of this, they all kind of help each other out. All these different facets, if you're improving one, a lot of times you're improving the other. Me going out and beating myself down, running, that calluses your brain. It makes you mentally stronger, gives you that mental fortitude. Just read a great book by David Goggins. Highly, highly, highly suggest y'all check it out. But it definitely encapsulates what I'm saying here. So that's the whole point of this. You know, I'm not saying you need to go join the army or you need to become a firefighter to, you know, have these experiences or have that kind of mindset, but just get out, do something abnormal. Go push yourself in some other facet than fitting into the cookie cutter boxes. Yeah, by being an entrepreneur, you're kind of going outside the norm, but now there's so many people doing it that that's just another box to fit into. Break out of that, build up yourself in every facet of your life, and you guys will be good to go. But I'll keep you guys posted on the training. Got a lot of work to do. If you want me to keep doing some running vlogs, I know they're a bit different. I was kind of spur of the moment decision to go ahead and do that today. If you guys liked it, definitely let me know down below and I can do one at least once a week or so. But go and smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. I'd love to go and connect with you guys. Keep grinding, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.